There we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, it is Wednesday night, which means we are closer to football because tomorrow is Thursday night, which means Brandon is joining us today so we can make our week 4 predictions. Brandon, what's going on today, my man? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just getting ready. Let's get this thing rolling, man. I do want to cover, though. I guess Damian Lillard is now heading to Milwaukee. That was a way to start your afternoon. You know, I got in lunch, and that's when it broke. So, just before anything, initial thoughts, Brandon. How you feel about him, man?
I could have sworn I told you he was going to Milwaukee, like when he requested the trade. I could have said, I could have sworn I said he's going to Milwaukee. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did it in faith for Giannis because obviously I know that Giannis had to, he had to make a decision if he wanted to stay in Milwaukee or if he wanted to leave. And yeah, I think if this is any faith, I think it showed that I think it's probably best if Giannis now stays with Dame in Milwaukee. So I think the East has totally shooken up, and that is such a crazy thing. And I know that, and like Michael says here, I know Dame wanted to go to a big market and everything like that, but I think he went into a great situation with Giannis to where, hey, he's the man. Giannis is the man. They work together. They could figure it out. And I truly believe this has really reshaped the whole Eastern Conference. So I really can't wait for this season to begin. And such short notice too, like very short notice. It just happened out of nowhere on a random Wednesday. It just happened.
That'd be sometimes. Be just a random day, not even doing anything, just voila.
Voila, there it is. But yeah, no, so kudos to everybody involved. I know it's a 3-team trade, but obviously the big one is that Milwaukee gets Dame. So hopefully that goes from there. So now, speaking of Milwaukee, there's going to be some action in Green Bay and Wisconsin tomorrow as the Detroit Lions go to Green Bay tomorrow for a Thursday night matchup and a very early, important matchup. Both teams are 2-1. Both teams are trying to win their conference. It looks like it's going to just be between them two because Chicago and Minnesota just they're not pulling their own weights, I guess, if you want to call it that. And so it's really going to come down to Detroit. Week 4, it's just going to come down to 2 teams, Detroit or Green Bay. So, Brandon.
This is an easy one.
So, Brandon, who do you got, my man? Do you have the Detroit Lions or do you have the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, good God. I got Detroit. I thought Green Bay got lucky last week because our defense literally got exhausted because our offense sucked after Derek Carr went down. So I don't think they did anything special. They just took advantage of a pretty much exhausted ass defense. And so I don't care. So I don't care. So I don't care. Listen, but I just think Detroit is a better overall team. I just think Detroit's a better overall team. David Bakhtiari is still supposed to be out. It's like this is not a good start to the week already for Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson is going to take advantage of that, and I don't see Green Bay pulling it out like that. Detroit has a way better receiving coordinator. Well, I can't even say that. Let me stop lying. But they have a way better offensive line than we do. And that's the one thing that Green Bay took advantage of last week. Detroit has an incredible offensive line, which can create a lot of openings for their team. And I just feel like Jordan Love, you got lucky, kid. That's pretty much it. This shit will not happen again. So I do think you're going to lose at home to Detroit. The new owners of the NFC North. The new owners of the NFC North. Yes, I said it. Detroit. The new owners of the NFC North.
I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I think Jordan Love has played as well as you want him to play in the first 3 weeks of the season. Obviously, the first week was like, wow, he outperformed Justin Fields, which now looking into it, really not that impressive now with knowing how the coaching staff of Chicago is. Obviously, he outperformed Desmond Ritter. It's just the team couldn't pull it together at the end. And in the second half, in
well,
the
he
second
kind of
half, let's face it, if Carr did not go down, yes, the Saints would have won. But let's give credit where credit is due, where he still had to go out there in the second half and try to score on this very great defense that New Orleans has. But I just think for me, on a short week, David Bakhtiari down, Elgin Jenkins might be down. The wide receiver room, I mean, even without Christian Watson and Romeo, with him, they're still looking good. It's just I think in a short week with all those health factors and especially the defense coming off that ordeal, I got Detroit too. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. I think people are like really giving Detroit here like the winning edge and everything, but I think it's going to be a lot closer. I just think unfortunately, um, Aiden Hutchinson's and then Charles Harris are going to take advantage of the offensive line that is banged up, especially in the middle, and then obviously, I think Jahmyr Gibbs has finally found his rhythm. And the scary thing is he's just scratching the surface of what he can be. And him on a short week, fresh, ready to go, hasn't been utilized the first 3 weeks until, well, week 3 is, or, the third week is when he was finally utilized. But I just think that this week, I think it's too much for Green Bay to overcome on such a short week. And I think if they were to play Sunday and maybe David Bakhtiari got healthy, maybe it would be a different result. But without those two, I just do not see how this could happen. So I'm going to go with the Lions as well. I think it's just too much for Green Bay to overhandle. But they're not going to lose they're not going to lose because Jordan Love is not the answer. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is too many injury issues for the Packers to really overcome this week. So give me Detroit.
Yeah, I think Detroit just got a better offensive line than we do. That's pretty much it. And if you can't get to Jared Goff, you're pretty much a sitting duck in that secondary. That's a problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Jared Goff is the perfect quarterback for this Detroit Lions team because of the way it's built. But we'll see what happens. Now moving on to the first Sunday game. It is the first international game of the year. It's the Falcons and the Jaguars. And I guess if you turn on to ESPN Plus, they're gonna make it into like a Disney theme or something, some weird thing. I don't know. I'm gonna be asleep because I don't really give a shit, and I don't have anybody in fantasy on either team, so I'll just be asleep. I'll just probably be sleeping. Like all right, we're good, and so we're fine. I'll probably wake up when like the second half starts, but that's really about it. There's no other reason for me to like wake up at 6:30 in the morning to like really do this thing. Like no, that's not happening. I'm sorry. Go enjoy it, everybody else. But who do you got in this one, Brandon?
Man, I got the Jags. The only reason why I got Jacksonville is because they can actually throw the ball down the field. Not great, but they can throw the ball down the field at least. Atlanta's literally one fucking dimensional, and everybody could sit here and try to act like they're not. They're so one goddamn dimensional. It's disturbing. We kind of knew this, but damn, Desmond Ritter sucks. He can't do a damn thing, and I'm tired of people. You got Robert Griffin III literally saying, "I would trade
No,
for
he
Kyle
can't.
Pitts."
He's not. I mean, he's not to say that Desmond Ritter can't play in the NFL, but I don't think he's like a starting caliber quarterback. I think he'd be a good backup. But I think it's time to pull it.
He's not Marcus Mariota, and that's what you kind of got him for. He's supposed to be Marcus Mariota, but he's not. Like people forget Marcus Mariota before all the stuff at Tennessee. He was actually decent. He can get you some games. He didn't have to do a lot, but that's not Desmond Ritter. You don't have the weapons. You don't have your tight end is literally a
When you
receiver
can
that
make
really ain't that good to begin with. Like it's a terrible fucking thing. No, Atlanta defensively can't hold up all damn year. It's bad. Trevor Lawrence also. This should be an easy game for Trevor Lawrence. He should easily win this game. He might go to London and get 30 dumped on his fucking head. What am I talking about? Shit. What am I talking
yeah, I don't know, man.
about?
Yeah, I don't like international games because it comes into the fact of both are such, they're traveling. The jet lag is going to be terrible. I think they're both over there now. I think they're both over there to get acclimated or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. I don't mind, that we're trying to be international, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, I got the Jaguars over the Falcons too. It's not even. And again, it could be like where the Falcons just show up and they score like 30 or whatever, like you said, and the Jaguars just look terrible because we just don't know. International games are like just hey, may the best team win. There's no home field advantage. The only thing good about this is for Atlanta, this counts as an away game. So it's like okay, cool, and you don't have to waste a home game. So I mean, that's the like whenever you do international games, I always wanted to be the away team just because it's like, oh, thank God we're the away team. It feels good. It's great. It's awesome. So, but yeah, I got the Jaguars just only because of the fact of their roster. So we're going to go with the Jaguars.
I don't trust the Jaguars at all in this game. I think Trevor Lawrence is actually worse than what people want to continuously give him. He's not Peyton Manning. He's a okay, probably a little bit slighter better.
Here we go. First comment of the night. How do we feel about Swift and Kelly? Look, I'm happy for them. All right, I hope it works out. I think Travis Kelce looks like a good dude.
I mean, if you're asking me, it's making an amazing pair. I mean, do you see Philly? Do you see how they're pushing the line for Swift? He is killing it. I don't know why people act like Kelce is the main reason for it. So I don't. Well, we're talking about that Swift and Kelce, right? We're not talking about. That's what we're talking about, right?
We're talking about. No, we're not talking about DeAndre Swift and Jason Kelce. We're talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Yes, look, okay, no. In all fairness, yes, that Kelce and Swift.
Philly's killing it. I mean, like, look at Philly. They're like gaining.
No. In fairness, yes, Kelce and Swift are killing it too. Yes, Jason Kelce looks like the old center that we know, and DeAndre Swift looks rejuvenated.
They're making beautiful music in Philly. What are you talking about? Like Swift and Kelce are killing it in Philly. What are we talking about here? What is going on?
Killing it in Philadelphia. Yes. No, but I think Kelce from Kansas City and Taylor Swift. Look, this is the best way I could put it. Kelce looks like a good dude. Taylor Swift looks like an amazing, probably good woman. They look like they both, and I think it's a perfect fit, and I wish them the best in whatever it happens.
Okay, you want me to be serious?
Now the Kelce and Swift in Philadelphia, yeah, they killing that shit. Like they're killing that. Like they're killing that shit.
Incredible man. You want me to be serious about this? Let's be serious about this. As soon as Travis Kelce drop a ball that really matters in the game, they're gonna go at her head so fucking much. Let's be real. This is football. This ain't no fucking. This is not ballet. This is football. Soon as Travis Kelce drop a pass, it's Taylor Swift's fault. It's obvious. Let's get this right.
I'll make fun of. There's a lot of things I'll make fun of. There's a lot of things I'll make fun of. But the one thing I'll never make fun of is that those Swifties, man. Those Swifties are hardcore when it comes to the comments, when it comes to social media. They go hard, man. They are hardcore people. And no, I don't want no problems. So I'll leave it at this. I wish them the best. I hope they're okay, and hopefully, they just have a great time together.
Swifties are real. Swifties are real. They're a real thing. But they ain't never met a fantasy football team owner, and Travis Kelce had 2 catches for 20 yards. And they're fucking furious at the fact that he had 2 catches for 20 fucking yards. I'm just saying, Swifties are great, but then you get into the fantasy football world, it's just a different fucking animal. Like it's a way different animal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's not for the weak of heart. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. So yeah, I hope they're fun. But Next game, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins doing Dolphins. They put 70 on Denver. All right, there's no sugarcoating on this. They had a great week last week, and Buffalo has now won 2
A
in a
great
row.
week.
They look like they're
A
fighting their
great
Grizzlies.
week. That's all we're gonna call it. A great week. They scored 10 touchdowns. There's no way in
I'm not gonna.
hell.
I mean, what else do you want me to say? What else? How else do you want me to put it?
Yo, it's good. Yo,
I mean, what, like,
games. I've heard games with teams combined for 10 touchdowns. I've never heard one single team score 10 fucking touchdowns in an NFL game. Have you? I've never heard of it. I've never heard of an NFL team score 10
I've seen
touchdowns
teams
in an NFL
combined.
game by themselves. Like, just the 70 points is one thing. You lost about 50. Like, we were clowning the Giants for like a week. Why are we clowning Denver like that? What the fuck? Why is up with this?
There was 12 touchdowns scored that game, and Miami had 10 of them.
That's like the meme. That's like the meme of Kwame Brown and Kobe. Kwame Brown and Kobe had 83 points combined that night. Just Kobe had 81 of them. Like, it's just
I mean, it's like, dude, like, there it is. There it is, man. I mean, it's just, yeah, like,
oh my
and the
god.
Bills, they won 2 in a row after that, depressing loss in overtime to the Jets on week 1. They've won 2 in a row. And, hopefully, they continue to stride. But Brandon, who you got? Do you have the Buffalo Bills, or do you have Dolphins winning this one?
I got Buffalo. I think Miami's got to come back down to earth at some point, right? Like, Miami's got to come down to earth at some point. So I got Buffalo. They're at home. I think they have to prove that they're still the top of the AFC East. This is the only time.
There he is.
Yeah, I feel
There
like
he is.
I still think Buffalo could get the game. I think they can still get it. They can take advantage of Miami defensively at some point. Yeah, you score 70 points. That's like the highs of the high, right? Like, eventually you're going to crash at some point. I think Buffalo gets this game because they're at home. It's still early, and I think Buffalo can still get it.
Brandon back in the folks. He keeps coming in and out, so I do apologize. As great as um, they just don't have anything. They just don't have anything to go with. And still, the Buffalo secondary is still suspect, and obviously, you're gonna have to hope that they can get the running game going again. I'm not worried about Miami finding a running game, but
The game, but you like really stressed for this where you're like, oh my god.
no, no, it's because all right. So here we go. The Vikings have lost all three games on a one possession score. The Panthers had to start Andy Dalton due to the absence of Bryce Young. They finally got some momentum, but they have clearly shown that they are a
Trust them. But I don't trust Carolina either. So it's literally like I don't trust Carolina either. So it's
yeah, Minnesota, I guess. Guess if I had to pick one, I guess I'll go with Minnesota. I'll go with the team that has the best overall football player on the field. Give me Justin Jefferson. Yeah, you give me Justin Jefferson. And should the Vikings lose this one, I mean, how many more weeks until Justin Jefferson says, "Yeah, I'm not staying here"? How many more weeks until Kirk Cousins says, "Hey, I think I did everything I could here, man. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think I stole enough money from you guys to, you know, to go on to my next venture, and rob and rob the next team that I'm going to play for. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with um, I'm gonna go with Minnesota in this one too. I got nothing. I got nothing. And oh God, here we go. If you think that one was bad, here's this one.
oh my god.
Yeah, here we go.
I still think they have no chance in hell of winning any other game this season. But if you don't win this game, fire everybody. Fire every fucking body. Concession stand to Chicago. There is no way in hell I'm keeping anybody on this roster. Everybody's getting their pink slips. Everybody's getting a notice on. Just wish you well on all your future endeavors. Embarrassing. But I got Denver, I guess.
He said, "I got."
I hope people know this. This is very.
You know,
the funniest game on the planet, really the most competitive fucking game on the planet. We have no idea. We have no clue.
Yeah, I got Denver only because of the fact that I think their offense is moving better than Chicago's, which is really not saying much. It's really like not saying as much as like now that I'm saying it out loud. It's really not that good. But I mean, it is what it is. Whatever. Dude, I don't know what to say about this game. I really don't. Like, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel about this game other than I got Denver winning. And may God have mercy on the people that actually paid money for this ticket. Like, may God have mercy for people that actually bought ticket to go watch this game. May God have mercy.
This might physically be a blackout game. I've never seen.
Could you imagine?
I haven't seen a blackout game since I was a kid. Like this a regular season blackout game. This might be it.
Could you imagine, like, the local channels in Denver and Chicago are like, I know we usually bring you football at this time of year, but who are we kidding? Here's Joel Osteen or some shit. Like, god damn. Like, god damn, bro. Like, like Nutra, what was it? Like, Stacker, what was it? Slim Stacker or Stacker 2 commercials, whatever. Like, come on, man. Like, what? Like, what's going on here? Like, God, dude, it's embarrassing. Like, yeah, I don't know what to say about this. There's nothing I can say about this game other than I think Denver wins, and that's really it. That's really it. So we're gonna move on from this. We're gonna move on. Next up, we have the Browns over the Ravens. Two teams that are really, really competitive. Like, they're really looking really good. Cleveland, unfortunately has lost Nick Chubb. And the Ravens are dealing with issues at running back as well, with injuries and everything like that. So I'm excited about this game. I don't think people really understand how exciting this game is really going to be. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the Cleveland Browns or the Baltimore Ravens?
I got Cleveland.
Wow.
I got Cleveland.
And you know what? I don't blame you, and I'll tell you why. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I got Cleveland. They're at home. And I just feel like Myles Garrett is playing at a different level. Did you see Tennessee literally trying to man with emotion on defense? And fucking people following him. They was trying to just whatever you do.
That's the equivalent of two corners following Calvin Johnson. You have two tight ends following Myles Garrett. Like, that is insane. That is insane.
We know the reason. He's an offensive weapon. Myles Garrett is literally a defensive player, and the Tennessee Titans like, just whatever you do, protect Ryan Tannehill. We have no idea.
And he still got through.
Myles Garrett's playing at a different level, man. When you can dribble the ball and still sack Joe Burrow, you're on a different level. I'm just. And by the way, Cleveland still is one of the best defenses. They barely have given up a touchdown this season. They're the only team that hasn't given up a touchdown.
It's pretty freaking insane. It is pretty freaking insane. And that's why I have Cleveland too. I don't think people realize how good the Browns defense has been these 3 games. Yes, they lost to Pittsburgh, but it wasn't because of the defense. It was because Cleveland's offense could not recover after losing Nick Chubb like that. But no, I don't think people realize how good Cleveland's defense truly is. Like, it is. And that's credit to Jim Schwartz. Like, let's be real. Jim Schwartz put that thing together. I think they're only giving up like what is it? Like 150 passing yards per game and only like 50 rushing yards per game. It is like, wow. Like, In 3 games, that's what you're doing. That's kudos. That's ultimate respect. Like that is a defense that is flying under the radar, and that is scary because if the Cleveland offense figures it out, I'd like to take my prediction back of Cincinnati winning this, and I think Cleveland might actually take this motherfucker. But again, we're gonna see. But no, I got Cleveland too. I don't think people realize like what they're actually seeing. Like this Cleveland Browns defense is actually pretty legit. And now that they're at home, the Ravens have some issues on the offensive line. Their running game is kind of injured. Zay Flowers is going to get his. Like don't get it twisted. Zay Flowers is going to get his for a limited time. But Cleveland, I think right now, defensively, they're just playing on a way different planet than the rest of the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's including the Cowboys, the 49ers. Like they're on that stride right now. Like they're really playing well.
I think you hit it down on the head with something. You said that a lot of people not playing Cincinnati's defense. This is the good defense. This is probably the best defense in the league. This is the defense that should have been talked about for the last 3 weeks in the NFL season, not the San Francisco 49ers or the Cowboys or the Jets. This is the damn defense. Because I ain't seen a player yet that can stop Myles Garrett. He is just on a different freaking level.
Yeah, Myles Garrett is just on a different war path right now. It is insane. And obviously, there's people going to be like, well, TJ's better or Micah Parsons better. And that's fine if you believe that because that's arguably true. That could be arguably true. But that whole defensive unit is on a different war path right now. And I don't think – here's the thing. I think if Nick Chubb did not get hurt, Cleveland's winning that game. And not only are they going to win that game, they would have dominated Pittsburgh at the end. And now with the issues of the offensive line of Cincinnati, I don't feel comfortable with that. Baltimore's banged up. So, I mean, Cleveland really has a shot here to prove to the rest of the league, you beat Baltimore, you get the attention. But they should have gotten the attention after week fucking 1. But, it happens. So, good luck, Cleveland. We have you. We're rooting for you. And Baltimore, just try to hang tough, man. Try to hang tough. Because it's still going to be a great game. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still going to be a physical, great game. It's just I think if it comes too close, I'm going to trust the Cleveland defense more than I'm going to trust the Baltimore offense. As good as Baltimore has been these last 3 weeks. So next up, we got the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers winning and the defense coming alive for the second week in a row, while the Texans pick up their first win against division rival the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, I mean, CJ Stroud looks like the real deal. Who knew? Anyway, he's looking really good.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew, right? I mean, who knew, right? I love analysts like, man, where did this kid get his toughness? Did you see the Ohio State versus Georgia game? He's got that dog in him, bro. He's got that dog in him, dude. But
I can tell you, who we?
But I think this is going to be a different animal for CJ Stroud this week. So. Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the Pittsburgh Steelers or do you have the Houston Texans?
In an upset, I got Houston.
Oh, here we go.
I got Houston.
Here we go.
I got Houston, man. Pittsburgh offensive line still sucks.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. I was there. It was bad. It was bad.
They can't run the ball.
No.
Okay, let me say this. Let me rephrase this. Najee Harris can't run the ball.
Jalen Warren can.
Yeah. DJ Warren can. Najee Harris can't run the ball. But the problem with that is he's a starter, so he can't run the ball. So I still think Kenny Pickett is still not great, man. And he still got some things he got to work on. Josh Pickett has a good game, like he should have, because he's his only number 1 receiver right now. But it's still something about Pittsburgh. And here's the thing about Pittsburgh's defense. You can still try to run up the middle on them. Casey Hayward is not there. He's gone for a good bit.
And Josh Jacobs really did prove that, like in the end of the third, like when they were just running up the gut, Pittsburgh just started to look gassed at the end of it. And it's like, oh, shit.
I'm not saying Houston's offensive line is great, because it's not. But CJ Stroud, if you ask me, who's tougher, and if it came down to having to stand in the pocket, make a throw, give me CJ Stroud over Kenny Pickett any day. And you're at home. I know it's a game that a lot of people won't really talk about, But if Houston
But they
beats
should.
Pittsburgh,
It should be a game that should be talked about.
it should be. But if Houston beats Pittsburgh, we're gonna have to rethink the AFC South. Like,
Oh,
this is gonna be the count.
immediately rethink this whole thing.
You have to rethink the AFC South because it's like, oh shit, if this. But also, Dalton Schultz being there, the veteran Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary's still there. They got a lot of things in Houston bubbling up. These first 3 games, I know they beat Jacksonville last week, but they could have. Houston could easily be 3-0 too. Like easily be 3-0.
It's a learning curve. They're in a learning phase right now. No, I agree with you with everything you're saying. I mean, I think, I'm going to credit Houston, for, DeMeco Ryans, for the hiring of DeMeco Ryans, which we said was a good move. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't understand why. I thought it was a great move, but whatever. I mean, it's a Houston Texan legend going home to coach. Who knows the Houston Texans better than a Houston Texans legend himself, but whatever.
And then you drafted a generational talent too.
Two. You drafted 2 back to back, bro. That's very rare to do in the NFL, and the Houston Texans pulled it off in one draft night. They pulled it off, and as much as I love what the Texans are doing, I think they got key pieces now in certain areas as far as an aggressive pass rusher in Will Anderson. Just a defensive mauler. You got a quarterback now who, let's face it, like, he's the real deal. Like, he's looking like the real deal. I mean, you look at his stats. He hasn't thrown an interception. He's making the throws, NFL quarterback throws, and he's smart with the football. And he showed it. And he showed it against Jacksonville last week. He showed it against Baltimore. Week 1, he showed it against Baltimore. Yeah. And he's moving. This offense is moving because of him. And that's what you got to do. But I am still going to take the Steelers, though, however, because I think he hasn't faced a defense like the Steelers yet. I mean, he faced a healthy Baltimore Ravens defense, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers now are kind of clicking on all cylinders from the Cleveland game to how they looked against the Raiders. The issue with the Steelers right now is offensively. Like, that's truly it. And they're going to make up for the offensive deficiencies. But when you're a team that's rebuilding and you're going to face a defense like this, it's going to be very hard to kind of come back from this. So that's why I got Pittsburgh over the Texans. I don't think, put it like this, I think CJ Stroud's going to get a little bit of a wake-up call this week, but I think he's going to show the world that he's going to take a couple hits. And I think this is going to be the game where I think people start respecting CJ Stroud, not the draft prospect, but the NFL quarterback that he should be deserving to be. So that's ours. Next up, oh God, we got the Colts and the Rams. So the Colts beat Baltimore, so good for them. Good for them.
That's amazing.
The Rams lost to Cincinnati. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. They should be 0-3, but Seattle just likes to fuck things up sometimes. So, Brandon, what do you got? Do you have Indianapolis or do you have the Los Angeles Rams?
I got the Rams, especially if Anthony Richardson doesn't play. Because Gardner Minshew cannot do that for 2 straight weeks. That shit just will not happen. I got the Rams. Still think the Rams drafted number 1, though. Don't get it twisted. I still think the Rams suck. They suck. But for what they need Matthew Stafford to do for this game, they can move the ball on the Colts. And I think they will. So, I got the Rams.
I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. It's very rare to think that Gardner Minshew is going to do it. But the problem is the defense for the Colts, I think, is going to be too much for the Rams because all they have is Puka. That's it, bro. That's about it. Like,
shit, all the Rams had for the last couple of years is Cooper Kupp. And they still figured out a way. So
yeah, but this. I mean, like, he did his thing against Cincinnati, and that's great. But the problem is, that's it. And then Aaron Donald is going to be Aaron Donald, of course. He's Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah.
But the 10 other guys there, cool.
Just the names on the jersey.
Just like Shannon Sharp says, man, just a jag, man. It's all good. It just happens. But yeah, no, I got the Colts on this one only just due to the fact that, I think the Colts can actually just pull this off. And knowing that, put it like this, the Rams know that they can't really win they can believe they can win the division. Doesn't mean they're gonna win the division. But the Colts know that their division is so wide open that every game is crucial that of course they're gonna want to win this game. So that's why I got Indianapolis over the Los Angeles Rams this Sunday.
Because division sucks.
Oh,
They should
dude.
be in a conversation. That division is god awful.
It is awful, bro. It's not as awful as that other division, not that other division that we all know and love. So, but next up we have the Saints taking on the Buccaneers. The Saints unfortunately suffered their first loss. Derek Carr, I believe, is going to miss. If I read that correctly, he is going to miss this week, right?
He should.
I mean, look, that was a nasty shoulder injury. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon like that. No. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers suffered their first defeat at the hands of Philadelphia. They finally played a real elite team, and they look like it. So, yeah. So, Brendan, who we got? Do you have the New Orleans Saints or do you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh, God. Call me a homer. I'm going Saints. I'm going Saints. This is such a terrible fucking job. I hate this.
I hate this, he says. I hate this.
I think Jameis Winston sucks.
Well, that's why they brought in Derek Carr for, bro.
I think he's terrible.
But let's be fair. Has Derek Carr even done anything to solidify this offense?
He's done what I needed him to do. Make a throw when you fucking need to make a throw.
But let me ask you this. 3 games in, how frustrating is it to see him throw into triple coverage?
Oh, he's blind as a motherfucking bat. I'm not saying he's not.
9 years, bro. 9 years.
Oh,
That's what you're getting.
blind.
9 years, bro. 9 years.
I literally think he just like hoping that he gets some good shit and he just just like, oh, he's out there.
Hey, dude, I've been saying that for 9 years, bro. So I feel you. I feel you.
But the game he had against Green Bay, that's what the fuck we got him for.
Carr for president. My brother says Carr for president. Son of a gun.
Hey, but Jameis sucks. He really sucks.
It's bad. I have, and it's weird because when Jameis first started, he looked like the right answer for Tampa. And then just somewhere along the line, it just got worse. And I'm like, dude, what happened?
He's stiff in the pocket. Like, I don't know what the hell it is. Dude, I don't know if it's the injury. He tore his ACL. I don't know. But now it's kind of like he doesn't even want to step up in the pocket. He doesn't want to do shit. I'm watching the Green Bay game. I'm like, step up in the fucking pocket. What are you doing? Take this shot. Just get hit. Just take the throw. Like, back in the day, he used to take the hit. He used to just step up in the pocket, get hit. But the ball used to be accurate. Down the field, got your yards. You still get hit. Great. Now he's like just timid. He just doesn't want to do it. But the problem with that is you're playing against a quarterback that's more timid than you are. And that's Baker Mayfield. So you are kind of lucky because the Saints defense will not let that shit happen again. Jordan Love, you got very lucky.
After the eating the fingers incident, super cringe. It was, man. It is super cringe, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. That was a super cringe moment for me. I like a W. I'm like, hey, man, what are we doing?
It was weird. And then we beat the living hell out of them dudes. Anyway, but we beat the shit out of them. Anyway, but Mike Evans is going up against his favorite person on the planet, Marshawn Lattimore. We all know Mike Evans can't do shit against Marshawn Lattimore. So Baker Mayfield is literally going to have to throw the ball to, and that's the goddamn point. He has nobody to throw the ball to. And that's the goddamn point. I just feel like this is not going to be a good game for Baker Mayfield. I think New Orleans could win, and also Alvin Kamara is back, so you know that means throw the damn ball to Alvin Kamara and get the hell out of the way.
And before we do move forward, I do have a comment here from Bro. Hopefully you're doing good. Look, I got the Saints too. It's Tampa. It's Tampa, man. Like, look, did anybody out there truly believe, if you're out there and you truly believe they could take on the Eagles, You're lying to yourself. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. That Italian guy, what's going on, man? Hopefully you're doing good too. But yeah, no, you're lying to yourself. If you really thought the Buccaneers had a chance against the Eagles, you're lying to yourself. Yeah. He said, we have a poor final score. I am a Saints fan, and I am not excited about this week. Listen, final score, you got nothing. You got nothing to worry about. And that Italian guy, you know I picked the Dolphins. You know I did. Listen, again, Buffalo beat a pathetic Raiders team and an ablemic freaking Washington team that showed up on. That wasn't really Washington. That was some dudes that stole their jerseys and got on the field. They missed the team bus. I don't believe in the Buffalo Bills like that. So of course, you know I picked the Dolphins just for you, my man. I picked the Dolphins, but
I'm with the final score. I am very concerned about the Saints this upcoming week. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. I am very concerned. I am not going to sugarcoat this shit.
I get it. It's tough. It's tough.
I'm hoping the defense can at least get at least a defensive touchdown or two.
And then we have here Mr. TikTok. We got Mr. TikTok here with the skull. Skull. You ready for your first win of the year? I think you guys got the Panthers this week, my man. But yeah, I got the Saints. I just got the Saints, only just due to the fact that, Mike Evans is going to do what Mike Evans does, naturally, because that's just Mike Evans. Like, if you want to talk about, if you ever look at the word consistent, the definition of consistent in the dictionary, there's a picture of Mike Evans right next to it. He is the most consistent wide receiver I've ever seen in my life.
Mike Evans is always consistent, except when he plays against Marshawn Lattimore.
That's the thing now. Now that Marshawn Lattimore is healthy, he's back. We're going to see. We're going to see how this goes. And thank you guys. Final score, Italian guys, Mr. TikTok, thank you guys so much for coming in, man. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you.
I need people to understand. Go watch the Green Bay game. Jordan Love, when he started making that comeback, where was he throwing the ball?
Away from Marshawn. What? Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
of course, I'm always in, guys.
But good luck with that, because
Yeah, of course you want to throw it away from. I think any smart quarterback would try to not challenge Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, obviously.
But here's the thing: Baker's not that smart of a.
Well, this is what we're going to find out. This is where we're going to see if Baker Mayfield has matured enough and understand enough to not. You played with the Panthers last year. You played the Saints already. Learn from your mistakes last year, Baker. I still don't think it's going to happen because I still have the Saints over the Buccaneers, but I think it should be an interesting game, and I'm very excited to see the key matchups here.
I am very concerned about this game. I'm not going to even lie and act like I'm not. I am very concerned about this game.
I feel you, man. Let's see here. What do we got? Next up, we got the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Commanders, unfortunately, the Eric Bieniemy effect was not on this Sunday as they only scored 3. And the Eagles just pretty much mollywopped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, Brandon, what do you got? Philadelphia or Washington?
I got Philly. Washington is the first team to beat Philly last year. A lot of people forget that, but I didn't.
Yeah, of course.
Washington was the first team to beat Philly last year.
Yep.
With that being said, that won't happen this year. Philly's on a different level, man. I think people could judge this team as much as you fucking want to, but to me, Philly is the better fucking team. Better than San Francisco, even though people want to run out there and scream San Francisco. If you put Philly and San Francisco on the field right now, Philly will beat the living shit out of the San Francisco. Are you kidding? So throw the ball on that Philly team?
Yeah, no, it's
You expect San Francisco to run the ball on Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Fletcher Cox? Good fucking luck.
We got a comment here. Let's see here. My brother says Philly looks unstoppable. We got a comment. The final score: Eagles. It's so easy. What is there to break down? And he's probably right. I won't say that. I don't think it's. I think there is some things to break down. I think really what it comes down to is the trenches. It's going to be the Eagles' O-line, which is their strength, against Washington's 4 on their defensive line. I think really whoever wins that matchup there, I truly believe.
Well, because Washington's offensive line versus Philly's defensive line is just as important too, because Washington got to run the fucking ball.
I don't have to worry about Washington's online versus Eagles defensive line. I know the Eagles defensive line can handle that. It's just, can the defensive line for Washington at least contain? Just no, not, dude. Do you want? Okay, put it like this. Do you want? Look, I got the Eagles too. Let's cut the crap. Let me tell you what a highway robbery is. Do you want to know what a highway? Do you want to know what a highway robbery is? Let me tell you what a highway robbery is. It's what Philadelphia selected Jalen Carter at 9. Do you understand that this man only played 50% of the Eagles snaps on Monday Night Football, and he still managed to get a sack, a forced fumble, a couple tackles for losses, and he only played 50% of the snaps for Philadelphia? That's a freaking highway robbery. And it could be because the Philadelphia Eagles have depth. Kudos to them. They're building it the right way. My Raiders can do that, but we got a long way to go. Anyway, here's the deal. That is highway robbery, my friend. Remember when we were doing our draft prospects and our draft shows, and I said, how funny would it be if Bijan Robinson went to the Philadelphia Eagles? Man.
I wish he did now.
Yeah, you wish now, huh? Yeah, you wish now.
Fucking did. Shit. God damn, man. Jalen Carter is unfucking fair. That's a fucking Madden player playing in the NFL. It's just a creative.
That's you know how people created a player in Madden, like you said? That's Jalen Carter, folks. That's Jalen Carter. Like, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to think that this man is doing that, only playing 50% of the snaps for this Philadelphia Eagles defense. And who do they always pair him up with? Jordan Davis. Of course. Why wouldn't you? But anyway, I got the Eagles too. I don't think the Commanders are going to have enough to contain defensively. I don't think they're going to have enough to contain everybody on this team. That's why I do have Philadelphia winning this one. Next up, we have, let me see here, Bengals, Titans. Oh, God. Here we go. Cincinnati got their first win of the year by beating the Los Angeles Rams, and the Tennessee Titans. Man,
You didn't even show the fuck up for the game.
man, I don't know where to go. So Brandon, the Bengals are winning this one, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, cool. We got this then. That's it. Moving on. Yeah, there's nothing to break down here on this one, folks. It's you stop Derrick Henry, you force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball, you win the game. Ta-da! That's the defensive game plan to beat the Tennessee Titans. Stop Derrick Henry, force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball, and he'll give you interceptions all day long. Ta-da! There's your game plan. There's your game plan. Go get him, Cincinnati. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers getting their first win of the season by beating the Minnesota Vikings, all not in the help of Brandon Staley, who was trying to lose that game again. If you saw the matchup, all right? If you saw the matchup, like, you would see that Brandon Staley was trying to lose this game again on purpose. And the Raiders have now dropped their last two after winning week 1. And what's very funny is the Chargers hired Brandon Staley to fix their defense, and their defense got worse. The Raiders hired Josh McDaniels for this offense to be better, and it got worse. So, both coaches' seats are pretty much hot, and they're pretty much, room nice temperature. And I think this is where it's going to be very funny to see. Does the Chargers offense overtake the defense, or the defense comes through for the Raiders? So, because obviously it's neither of the units, that being coached that are going to win this game. No. It's let's see which opposite unit is going to win better. So, Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the Raiders or do you have the Chargers?
Oh my God. Oh shit.
My brother, Raiders suck. Throw up emoji sign. Bleh. Yeah, good luck.
I got the home team, the Raiders. Let's be real.
Oh, that's so unfair. That is so not nice, bro.
I got the home team. The Raiders.
That is not cool, dude. That is not cool, bro.
That's just a home game for the Raiders. Let's be real. game for the Raiders. Listen, the Raiders have the two best players on the field. Well, two of the three. Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs. I'm assuming that's the offense game plan. Either it's 17 or it's 8. Outside of that, figure it the fuck out.
Ooh, my brother coming in hot. Chargers gonna stomp us out. Woof.
Wow, that's
Stomp? Just a man. Damn. The Pokemon move. Pokemon move number 57. Stomp.
Listen, if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't play, I think you put the rookie in. I think he actually wins you the game.
And what's sad is it's so believable too. Like that is so believable. You know, like that would be such a Jimmy G thing where it's like I can't play, and the guy that they drafted is now overtaking your job again, and it's like, dude, we're sorry, but we're gonna have to go with the hot hand.
If you like on the top, like real seriously, Brandon Staley sucks as a head coach. Josh McDaniels can at least get you something. Like Brandon Staley is literally like trying to fuck over his own season. On 4th and 2 at his own 25-yard line, say, "Fuck it, let's go for it." What?
You ain't Dan Campbell. See, at least when Dan Campbell did it, we would understand why he did it. Because he's a bad dude, you know? When Brandon Staley does it, it's like, oh, you don't trust your defense either, huh? Like, you don't have your defense either, huh? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is tough. I went over this like 100 times today at work during my lunch. Like, oh my God, this is not. Oh my God.
Set up.
I'm gonna roll with the Chargers on this one this week. I'm gonna roll with the Chargers, and I think it's because honestly, the only reason the Chargers are actually decent is because of Justin Herbert. I don't know where these people are coming from that he's such a social media quarterback and that he can't do this and he can't do that. Do you understand? This is the only quarterback that has like him, and I think CJ Stroud are the only ones that haven't caused a turnover yet. Do you understand that this is the quarterback that has thrown for like 1,600 yards in the last 4 games? Like, understand, like Justin Herbert is that dude. He is that guy. And I get it. Austin Eckler might not play, and obviously, unfortunately, Mike Williams, Godspeed to him, with his recovery, with the knee injury that he suffered, that he's out for the year. And I knew something was up because the second he went to the ground and he immediately grabbed it, I'm like, that's not good. It would have been one thing if he started limping or he just started like slowly getting to it, but the second he grabbed it immediately, it was just kind of like a game changer. So hopefully he recovers well and he comes back to the field sooner rather than later. But I still truly believe that Justin Herbert is just that dude. And I think Justin Herbert is going to be the difference maker in this game, to where I think the Chargers can go 2-2. And who knows, maybe the Chargers find a way to catch up to Kansas City. Maybe. Just saying. Because I know it ain't Denver. I know that. I know it ain't Denver. Like, what do you want me to do here?
I don't even know if you believe it's the Chargers.
I tried my best. I tried my best.
I love how he's trying to sell y'all on the narrative. Maybe the Chargers can catch that or not. That defense against Kansas City, they get their ass blown out.
I'm trying my best here, Brandon. I'm trying. But I got the Chargers winning this one. I really do. I got the Chargers winning this one. Next up, we have... Oh, God. We have the Patriots taking on the Cowboys. Yeah. The Patriots, great win over the Jets, a divisional rival. That's great. The Cowboys. They lost to a team that's trying to do everything in their power to get the number 1 pick. I'm pretty sure the Arizona Cardinals are more upset that they won that game than Dallas lost that game. Like, they're like, damn it. Damn it. We just ruined our shot at the number 1 pick. Damn it. Now Caleb Williams is now probably going, hey, I'll go to Chicago. Hey, I'll go to Denver. Arizona? Nah.
They really did ruin their fucking fucking shot at the number one pick because Denver and Chicago fucking suck. Like, just they really did lose their shot.
They lost. And here's the thing: it's not like they lost a shot on Caleb Williams. You also might have lost your shot on Drake May too for winning this one game. One game that no one's gonna remember. Well, we're gonna remember it because it's the Cowboys. We're gonna remember that. But it's like, dude, no one's gonna care by the next offseason that you won that one game.
They won one game in that first round. The first pick of the draft is now like so far away. Now it's just like, do you see Chicago? We're never get this goddamn pick. Goddamn.
Do you see Denver? God damn it! Like, I'm telling you, I bet you the Arizona Cardinals front office was more upset that they won. And like the Cowboys are like, I can't believe we lost, and Arizona's like, I can't believe we won. So here we go. Brandon, who do you got? Do you have the New England Patriots or do you have the Dallas Cowboys? Yeah.
I got New England.
Oh God.
I got New England. Dallas offense showed me exactly what I needed to see last week. The Dallas fans need to understand this. Truly, I've seen Dallas have these types of starts. They come out, dominate these teams.
We them boys.
Yeah, all that. They jump out with the meme. We're going to the Super Bowl. And then next week, they do Dallas shit. And they lose to Arizona, who's supposed to be picking first in the fucking draft. Yeah, the same Arizona team that blew a 20-point lead to the fucking Giants. Like that team beat y'all. Okay, pump the fucking brakes, please. Like that's a pump the brakes moment. I just believe this: if Mac Jones got the ball last, I think they'll figure it out. This is actually gonna be a game that we actually do see the Cowboys miss Trayvon Diggs. We haven't had it yet. I know the Arizona game, but that was more of them just getting obliterated up the gut by the running game. This is actually going to be the game where you finally see how much they actually do miss Trayvon Diggs. As much as Trayvon Diggs sometimes screw up as a cornerback, he can actually pick the damn ball off. Stephon Gilmore is getting old as shit. And if you didn't realize that, you should have saw the Arizona game. Them receivers were fast as hell on him. He could not get past anyone. He couldn't. No one. So I feel like this, man. New England has enough. And if you ask me, late game, Mike McCarthy or Bill Belichick? Give me Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, absolutely.
Are you kidding me? Dallas has no weapons outside of CeeDee Lamb. That's a problem. That's a massive fucking problem.
So I think this game is very conflicting because I think we're missing a key element here. Ezekiel Elliott is with the Patriots. You don't think he wants his check? You don't think he wants his due? And I think this is a very conflicting game because, as you know, I believe in Bill. I don't believe in Mike McCarthy, play calling and everything. And I think what it is, I can't believe I'm going to do this because I hate doing this. I'm actually going to ride with the Cowboys in this one. Just this one time. I'm going to ride with the Cowboys just this one time. And the reason I'm going to ride with it, New England, I'll put it to you like this. Mac Jones is doing everything he can to make that offense look like an NFL offense. Now, kudos to Bill O'Brien, too, for trying to at least, do what you can, with what you got, Because even Bill O'Brien has to step back sometime and be like, damn, I ain't got nothing, but I'm going to do my best what I can with what I got, right? And Mac Jones is stepping up to the challenge of he's making Kendrick Bourne look like the next, $30 million man. Let's be real for a second, okay? Mac Jones needs a go-to guy next year. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what pick New England's going to have. But if there's a wide receiver out there that's pretty good, I say you just roll the dice. Take that. I know N'Keal Harry probably screwed you up for the next 30 years, but hey, it's just N'Keal Harry. You can move on. Look, I'm going to take the Cowboys on this one only because of one thing. I think the Patriots offensive line is not going to be able to handle the front seven of the Dallas Cowboys. I just do not see a left tackle or a right tackle that's going to cover Micah Parsons. I don't see. Mozzie Smith is, believe it or not, actually getting better quicker than I thought he was going to get. And DeMarcus Lawrence is playing like DeMarcus Lawrence. Yes, the linebackers are probably an issue for the Dallas Cowboys. And they are going to miss Trayvon Diggs. Hell yeah, they're going to miss him when they have to play teams like Philadelphia, the San Francisco 49ers. They're gonna miss Diggs. But this is one of those games. I truly believe the Dallas Cowboys can get through this. I really do. And because they're at home, I have to go with the home team. I'm not disagreeing with you. Like late in the game, who would I trust? Bill Belichick or Mike McCarthy? But the problem is, if Mike McCarthy allows Bill Belichick to stick around, then yes, Dallas Cowboys do deserve to lose. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so.
I actually think it will. I think Dallas is stupid enough to think they can do this defensive battle game with the Patriots. If they come out.
No, they can't do that. They have to play their game. They have to play their kids. If you try to play into the hand of Bill Belichick, you've already lost. Like that's it. You've already lost. So
you gotta come out fast against the Patriots. You have to make sure you can at least get a 10-point lead where the Patriots can somehow, some way, make a way to come back. You got to do what pretty much Miami did.
Yeah.
So Miami that second half sucked.
Oh yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you that I don't think the Patriots can make adjustments because they will. I know that they will. It's just that's the trick, right? Like they have to survive 4 quarters, and I just think that's too much to ask for a team that has limited offense options for the New England Patriots. I think that's too much to ask for. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game, and I think it's going to stand where we see the Patriots and where we see the Cowboys after this week. So, oh God, here we go. Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the 49ers. Just be real with me. Do you have the 49ers? Because I really don't want to break this down. I really don't.
Hell yeah, I got San Francisco. Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
I wrote my article today on who I think is going to win this week, and you can check it out on slipperysports.com. If the 49ers don't win this game by the end of the first quarter, I'll be more disappointed in the 49ers not finishing it off in the first quarter than I will than Arizona actually hanging on. So there it is.
I would say this. I think people need to really look at Brock Purdy a little bit more because people keep trying to make it seem like Brock Purdy is some great fucking quarterback. Brock Purdy is the most.
He's okay.
He's okay, but he ain't fucking like.
But like we talked about, that goes into the Shanahan system. You just need to be okay. You just need to be okay.
And here's the problem. Here's the problem with just okay. Eventually, they're gonna need you to be spectacular. And I don't think he's spectacular. I think the Dallas game, they can get him. If that game is close as hell, they can get him.
I know the Eagles can get him. If everybody's healthy by that point, I think the Eagles can get him.
They can get him. Like I don't think Brock Purdy is like this fucking guy that everybody keeps trying. It's very easy to win in a system that you don't have to do shit in.
Because you have amazing talent. You have Brandon Ayuk. And you know what? I actually want to talk to you about that. I meant to talk to you about this morning. Brandon Ayuk, I can actually see being a name. Honest to God.
I never can see it.
Honest to God, I think Brandon Ayuk has done enough to where he goes, look, man, I've outperformed what I needed to do. I've been consistently good with you guys. I have improved every single year since I've been with you guys. I want my money. And if you can't do that, this is going to be my last year, and I'm testing the market out next year.
I can see that. I can see San Francisco being like, listen, we got Jennings. We actually like him more. He helps what Debo can't do. He does it.
And then we already kind of drafted your replacement in Ronnie Bell, in a sense.
And on top of that, Brandon, you get injured too fucking much.
Yeah.
You're not on the field that much. So we can definitely get rid of you. I can definitely see Brandon Ayuk getting traded. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, but in this game, I got the 49ers over the Cardinals only because of the fact that they should beat them out in the first quarter. The first quarter should end, and then everybody should go home after that because the 49ers should just be up by that much at that point. All right, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs, Jets. Please tell me you got the Chiefs winning this one, please, so we could just move on.
I got the Swifties. I got the Swifties winning this.
Swifties.
The Swifties winning this.
Congratulations, Swifties. You're 2-0.
I've never seen an NFL. I've never seen every fucking football station I turn on this whole week say, "Man, the Jets need to get rid of Zach Wilson."
You want to just the TV stations? How about local radio? Joe Namath was about to die. He was about to die talking about Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's done nothing to no one. But everybody's like, "Boy, the
Poor man, bro.
Trying to make Trevor Simeon sound like a good fucking choice for the Jets. I'm like, God.
I'll put it to you like this. This is my analysis for the Chiefs Jets. One has Patrick Mahomes, the other has Zach Wilson. There you go. There you go.
Patrick Mahomes, the other one better hope and pray that Sauce Gardner can slow down Kadarius Toney. Here's the problem.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
I do think Kansas City wins this game, but I can also see Kansas City losing this fucking game.
Not happening. No, I'm sorry. Not happening.
I'm not saying because the Kansas City defense can't stop the Jets. That's kind of obvious. I don't know if Kansas City got the weapons that can stop that can go against that Jets defense. Don't get last week twisted. Chicago sucks. Okay, that defense is terrible. God freaking awful. That's a terrible.
You know what's funny? Because the Dolphins were on first. They scored 70. And then when the Chiefs started going up, I'm like, God, are we going to see two teams score 70 points today?
And then they just stop. They just stop scoring. I'm like, why the fuck would you stop? Like, you gotta keep going. I'm watching this and I'm like, don't get last week confused. Kansas City's offense is still shitty. Don't get confused. Like, they still can lose. Chicago sucks.
There's no point in saying it, but
Chicago is a terrible team.
yeah, look.
The Jets defense have they can do something. Sauce Gardner's not just gonna roll over and play dead. They can do something. They actually played hard against the Patriots. They can do something against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't think the weapons that Kansas City has outside of Travis Kelce is that fucking good.
One has Patrick Mahomes, the other one has Zach Wilson.
I totally agree.
Like, that's it. That's it. That is it.
But here's the thing. Is Kansas City offensive line great?
It's not. It's above average. Let's put it that way. It's above average.
I'm not saying Kansas City's not going to win this game. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they fucking lose this game either.
That would be heartbreaking. Swifties would be crying everywhere. Swifties would be crying everywhere.
I'm just saying, like, outside of Travis Kelce, this team still sucks offensively. Outside of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, this team still sucks. They did nothing different. I get it. You played against Chicago and then you scored 41 points. You were at home against the sorry-ass Bears. Let's not get twisted. This Jets team has been hearing nothing this whole week about how sorry the team looks with Zach Wilson and that the offense can't do shit and the defense is quitting on the head coach. It's literally what the fuck. And you're in New York on Sunday Night Football.
And the last time there was a Sunday Night Football game in New York, what happened?
Listen, I'm just saying, this game is not
Part
as
two.
easy as it sounds.
Sunday Night Football in New York. Part 2, motherfuckers.
I'm just saying, Zach Wilson sucks. I'm not questioning that shit. Zach Wilson sucks. But by the way, you can still run the ball off the gut against Kansas City. They ain't good at stopping the run.
Okay, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So,
But hopefully Nathaniel Hackett is listening. Hopefully Nathaniel Hackett is listening to you because, good God. Good God.
I think the Jets could win, but I'm still going Kansas City because it's fucking Kansas City because they got Patrick fucking Mahomes. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, that's too much.
I'm not stupid.
Oh, and here we go.
The Jets can put it all.
And let's end this on a high note here. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants.
Is this really a high note? Is this a high
This is
note?
the Monday Night Football game.
This is a high note? This is a high note.
Who am I kidding? I got Seattle. Who am I kidding?
The Giants are in a worse position in the fucking seat than the Jets are. And people don't want to admit it. It's just, at least with the Jets, they have a great defense. What the fuck does the Giants have?
They have a quarterback who's getting paid $40 million to do absolutely nothing. Nothing. So it is what it is. But I'm going Seattle. You got Seattle on this one?
Of course, I got Seattle. They might get Jamal Adams back too. Oh, I got Seattle.
Yeah, that's enough for me too. That's enough. Yeah, that's enough for me too. Because yeah, it's the Giants, man. Seattle better not lose this game because they want to keep it close for the NFC West. Arizona's not going to cut it, And I know the Rams are going to cut it down the road either. So they keep it close. You got to win Seattle. You have to.
Would it be if Arizona does figure out a way to beat San Francisco? That'd be so fucking funny.
The general manager of the Arizona Cardinals will be on the booth going, "No, no."
You gonna jump out? You gonna jump out of fucking? You gonna jump out the building?
Like Kermit the Frog.
No.
Like Kermit the Frog status. Like, well, what do you think we should do? I think I have an idea. I'm going to jump. Do a flip. Do a flip. Like, dude. I quit.
life. I'm done.
I quit life. I know what to do. I am going to jump. Do a flip. It's just if Arizona finds a way to beat the San Francisco 49ers, I can only imagine going into the locker room after the Arizona Cardinals win. God damn it! What are you guys doing out there? You guys are fucking up my plans. Players are like, but I want to win. But I want to win.
God. It'd be like you. It's just funny. I can see it.
I want to win.
All you hearing now is Arizona has 2 wins on the season, and just the general manager's what the fuck happened? I did everything right. I followed the Dover season script. What the fuck is going on? I followed it.
Did somebody prank me? Did somebody give me the wrong one? What's going on here?
I got a team with too much fight. What the fuck is going on? Why you playing this hard?
Joshua Dobbs is in the field. I'm trying for you. I'm trying for my mama. And it's like, no, he's supposed to suck.
We brought him in 2 weeks before the season. What the fuck is going on?
No, he's supposed to stink. Go back. Please, quick. Somebody get Nathan Peterman on the line. Hurry. Hurry.
Oh, wow.
Interception. This is what I was looking for.
Are you sure you're not retiring?
You sure you don't want to come back?
Are you sure you're not retiring?
Oh my God. Yeah, no. So I think me personally, I think the game I'm most looking forward to, honestly, it is probably that Dolphins Bills game, because I think that's going to be a factor down the road when it is crunch time for division matchups and everything. But I think my game of the week, honestly, is the Browns and Ravens. I'm really looking forward to that game. I think that game is going to be so physical. And if you like defenses, that's the game to watch. If you don't care for your life and you just want an excuse to wake up early and you hate life, go watch the Falcons and the Jaguars play. If you just hate life, if you just hate life, if you have a crappy week at work and your fridge broke or whatever, and you're getting no ice, just watch the Falcons and the Jaguars and drink a hot soda or something, whatever.
I got my game of the week is Detroit and Green Bay, man. I think that's just a game that we gotta watch, because that is literally you can win your division this week.
All you have to do was win that Thursday night football matchup.
You win this matchup, you can win this week. You can win the entire division out the gate.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good weekend. But Brandon, as always, man, it's always awesome talking to you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I will see you on Tuesday so we can recap everything in the world of sports. Everybody that tuned in on Instagram Live, YouTube Live, thank you so much for tuning in. We always appreciate the support. Until then,